Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Big League Chew. This is episode 289. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
What's up? What is up?
So I realized that just a second before we hopped on, I forgot that I had gotten one of those home run challenge cards.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to do this before I forget. It's one of those for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's those Topps home run challenge cards where you pick the game, call your shot to win. It says, register and choose the game date you think this player will hit a home run. If he does, you win a parallel card. Feeling brave, go all or nothing and double down to predict if the ball will travel more than 425 feet for a special parallel card.
Right.
All challenge registrants will be entered into the grand prize drawing for a trip to the 2023 Home Run Derby. Says the expiration date is October 2nd, 2022, which is my birthday. A little shameless plug. So this one's for Juan DeFranco.
You got time. He's hurt right now, so you're chilling.
And I got another one.
Don't you have a Tatis one?
I got a Tatis one right here.
Well, definitely have time for him.
Definitely got time for that. But don't let me forget. I just wanted to put that out there for some accountability as a reminder, because I don't want you to let me forget those, because that'd be a real shame.
Would be. That's tough. You got to pick the game.
Yeah.
Are you going to double down?
No.
On distance?
No. It said 400. I don't know, 425.
I mean, that's pretty well. I mean, you're catching it well.
Yeah.
You're catching it well.
That's a deep ball to center.
Yeah.
Also, do we know where's the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game 2023? I forgot.
Couldn't tell you. I know it's in LA right now.
Yeah, I know the LA, Seattle, isn't it? Yeah, Seattle.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
That'd be cool.
All right. Yeah, just want to throw that out there. In other news, I'm going to the beach this weekend. Little side note, going to the Outer Banks, OBX, Nags Head. Great place. We go there. We've been. It's like our
look out for sharks.
Stop! Don't say that. It's become like our little
Shark
tradition.
Territory.
Our little summer tradition now. Make a trip there every year.
I think I am. I don't know what that word is, but all those TikToks that keep popping around. That if you look at these ocean pictures or videos, you get scared. I think I have that. I think I legitimately am scared of the ocean.
That's, people ask me to say, like, what's your worst fear? Deep, dark water is absolutely my biggest fear.
Terrifying.
Just absolutely terrifying.
If I can't see my feet, we have a problem.
No.
We have a big problem.
If there are things below me, I mean, granted, much further out to the deeper parts of the ocean, but if there are things below me that we don't even know whether or not they exist because they're so deep, I don't want any part of that. I'm sorry. Like, I need to be in a place where we know everything about it. We know the dangers. We know the safeties surrounding it. Like, I need to know those things. And if you put me out in an ocean,
well, I mean, the fact that we've explored more of space than the ocean scares me. That is terrifying. I don't know what's down there.
Is that a stat? Is that a proven stat?
Yeah. We've explored more of space than we have the ocean.
Have we explored more of space than the ocean? That's clearly a common question on Google. There's like 50 results.
Yeah.
While we've only explored roughly 5% of the Earth's oceans, we've explored an infinitely smaller percentage of space.
Well, either way, 5% of our oceans? 5%?
Actually, yeah, that's true. With space, we don't even know.
Bro.
Like, we don't know the.
Yeah, you can't get that scale, right?
Really,
you don't know
for that.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's a way you could phrase that to make it true. But yeah, 5%, that's no thanks. Is that a conspiracy we can look at? The ocean, like
100%. There's something going on down there.
There's something there. I don't like it.
Dude.
I don't like how I feel about it.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Definitely scared of it. 100%. I am chilling where the tide comes in and you just let your feet slowly get sunken in by the sand. I'll toss an occasional football in said tide. That is it. You can cut me at that. That's all I'm going to be doing. Maybe waist high. That is it. Lakes don't bother me. Pools obviously don't bother me. Oceans, too much happening out there. Too much going on.
I don't know, man. Even lakes kind of wig me out.
Lakes freak me out a little bit, but like nothing like wild. Like I don't think I'm going to die.
No, but and I know we just got done talking about the uncertainty surrounding oceans, but to me, there's a little more predictability with oceans. It's like you go out knee deep. It's pretty, regardless what beach you go to, it's going to be the same. But you go to a lake, things can change lake to lake. You don't know what's in those lakes. Depending upon what part of the country you go to, that's something I'm not really interested in either. Water, just in general, I'm not a
water just
water
isn't
guy.
it. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'll look at it all day. However, if you've ever been scuba diving, different story. When you're down there and you're looking around, you're like, oh, I'm breathing, I'm checking stuff out, we're fine. But if I'm up here and my body is down there, I'm out.
Have you been scuba diving?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to Hawaii for our anniversary.
Not in an ocean. I did like a scuba diving like class just to try it. And it's cool.
Well, I don't know if that's going to help me.
It's really cool.
Because we're going to Hawaii for our anniversary in December, and I was gonna see if you recommended it, but
what I would do, I would recommend going. You can go to like a class. They have classes everywhere. You can go to a class and you just go to like a really deep pool, and they'll walk you through all the training. You'll like put on the wetsuit or whatever, throw on the tank. You'll learn how to operate the tank. It's cool. I recommend that. Then that way, when you get to Hawaii, you're like, I'm a pro. Let me do my thing. Did you ever see Open Water?
Is this a movie?
Yeah.
No.
Where they get left behind?
No. Yeah. No, I don't want to talk about this. Don't want to talk about this.
They get left behind and just slowly eaten by sharks.
Yeah, thanks. All right, moving on here.
It's gonna be you.
No, let's talk about these Brewers City Connect jerseys that literally dropped minutes ago. Nate, thoughts?
Look, I mean, they're good looking.
Let me hop in here. Let me hop in here real quick. What is the City Connect?
What is the connection? I don't get it anymore.
We're getting lazy. We're getting so lazy.
I think so too. Like, this is a cop out, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are so lazy. And I really am not trying to just bash every jersey that comes down the pipe, but like, do something with it. You just you throw it together. It looks like an adult. Like, that's a common response I've seen with a lot of these jerseys recently, is like they just look like adult softball jerseys where you throw on some flashy colors, you maybe mix up the pants a little bit, but all in all, it's nothing that connects with the city.
Not at all.
Like, I know that's a lot to ask for with City Connect jerseys, for it to maybe connect to the city, but it just, okay, Brew Crew, you went with their nickname. Okay.
How does that connect to the city at all? Like, give me more city and less team. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect sense. I mean, you threw a grill on the sleeve, which, I mean, I guess is cool, but like,
they said it was for the tailgating fans of Milwaukee.
Oh my goodness.
Like, come on, dude. Like, what? I don't see where the connection is. And also, are we starting to really just overdo it with the powder blues? We're really starting to abuse the powder blues across sports in general, not just baseball. We're getting in too deep. There's only a few teams that should be able to touch this powder blue. It's not cool, man. You got to relax.
Well, just so we're clear, the Brewers had powder blues
That's
back
fine.
in the day. So it's like they can
That's
at least
cool.
pay homage to that. But
Yeah. What is the hat? What does that say? Is that supposed to say Milwaukee? It says Make.
no, that's MKE.
Mike.
That
It says Mike.
No, it's MKE. That's the city abbreviation. That I understand.
What are the little like dark blue lines behind the A and the K?
All right, let me just read this from Nike. Bratz Brew is no. Why did I say Bratz? It's not Bratz.
Throw me a couple brats on the grill.
Bratz Brews
Mustard only on the brats, please.
No, thank you. Bratz Brews and Baseball. Just
For
a few.
brats, definitely no ketchup on brats. Come on, dog.
Admittedly, I don't know if I've had brats before.
Really?
I maybe ate them and thinking they were hot dogs and was just severely disappointed. I don't know.
They're a tougher, thicker sausage, but they're real sausage versus hot dogs. Just like let's just scoop everything up and roll it out into a weenie.
I'm an adult now. Maybe I need to set the hot dogs aside.
Yeah, it's time. Dive into some cheese infused brats. Those are the ones.
That might be the move. All right.
Yeah.
From Nike, Bratz Brews and Baseball. Just a few reasons we have to cheer in Milwaukee. We work hard, we play hard, and we celebrate each other's achievements. The Brewers City Connect jerseys, light blue hues, pay homage to both the vibrant Milwaukee summer sky and the club's iconic identity from the 70s and 80s. The Milwaukee summer sky. You mean the same light blue sky that everywhere else in the country has and shares? Give me a break. Brew Crew written across the chest is a tribute to the city's industrial heritage and our fans who have affectionately used that nickname for generations of Brewers teams. The grill patch on the sleeve represents our tailgate culture that brings together friends, family, and heck, even strangers as we celebrate our diverse community and the team that brings us all together.
I think I've lost faith in these City Connect jerseys.
Yeah.
I think I'm out.
Just getting lazy. That's really all there is to it.
Like, I did not like the Rockies ones, but at least that was like an effort. You know what I mean? Like, at least there was some effort there.
You can hate it, but still appreciate the attempt at a connection, if you will.
This is just like the biggest cop-out ever. I don't like it.
Who does that leave?
We got about half the league left, I suppose.
No. Like for this year, though. Because we've knocked out a bunch now.
Padres,
I think you're right.
I think Padres are the last one, right?
Nike announces 7 teams getting new City Connect jerseys. 7 new clubs are the Rockies, the Astros, Kansas City, Angels, Brewers, Padres, and Nationals. Yep. Yeah, so Padres.
Padres, last one.
So that leaves like what?
Better be good. Better be good.
I'm telling you,
what are we thinking on that? I feel like
I think we've already seen the leak. I think it's those pink and green and yellow. I showed you that. I think that's the leak.
Better not be.
Manny was wearing those cleats like earlier this year, so maybe that was just like a little sneak peek for people. But if it's what I've seen, it's
like
not
military type thing for San Diego would be cool because like you have those naval, like the Navy all over that. You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of cool. That would make sense. I've lost faith.
Not impressed anymore.
Nike is slowly turning into ESPN.
Your hatred for ESPN just
awful. So bad. So bad. Through and through, everything about them. Their app drives me bonkers. Absolutely terrible. Everybody that works there is an idiot.
Yikes.
They fired all of our favorite anchors from SportsCenter. SportsCenter is like the worst thing you've ever seen. They hate baseball. I see more tennis coverage than baseball coverage.
Yeah, that's not good. When you have one of the major sports being overshadowed by tennis,
that's just ESPN's out to get.
Yeah,
MLB.
that doesn't say anything about the major sport that's being overshadowed. That's all that has everything to do with who's providing the coverage.
Exactly.
And who's making the conscious decision to do so.
Exactly.
Anyway, this isn't
who do we see visit baseball fields all the time? We see other athletes. We just saw Donovan Mitchell taking BP with the Mets the other day. You always see players from other leagues coming and hanging out with MLB guys all the time.
Speaking of the Rockies, just saw that Peyton and Russell Wilson were out there taking. Which, by the way, can we just talk about Peyton in a baseball jersey?
Yeah, you see that little belly he's got.
That's a rough look.
He's had that little pooch belly for a while. They're doing Peyton, the Broncos are doing this weird they hired them as interns or whatever. So Peyton and Russell, you can go look it up on Broncos social media. They do these funny videos about how they're summer interns with the Broncos. So I think that's what we're about to see with the Rockies.
That's good content right there.
It's just great content. Let's be real. Content. Anything Peyton, I'm on board for.
Peyton's
anyway, not on board for these City Connect jerseys. Trash. They're okay. I mean, they look good. I'll say that. They look good. Again, just like the Angels one, a solid alternate jersey. And if that's what Nike came out and said, that's what we're doing. We're just giving you a new alternate jersey. Fine. Just don't call them City Connect jerseys. If only 3 of the jerseys that have been released actually connect with the city.
Shout out Colin V on Instagram, just commented on the post. He said, a City Connection jersey with no connection to a city looks more like a Players Weekend or Little League World Series alternate edition.
There you go.
There you go.
Nail on the head. Has been hit.
You know who hadn't been hit? Friend of the pod, Miles Mikolas. Well, he gave up 1 hit, but all things considered was cruising.
Dude, I wanted that for him.
And we needed that.
I wanted that for him bad. 39 pitches or something
29
like that?
pitches.
29?
129 pitches.
What a beast, dude.
Was 14 more than his previous career high, which also happened this year on May 29th.
He's on one this year. I like it. He's starting to find his own, which it's good for him because he's been battling injuries the last few years. But even then, I mean, Harrison Bader is an incredible center fielder, an amazing defensive center fielder. I feel like he overran it a little bit.
There was I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was something so frustrating about the way that play went down. I'm like, I don't know if it was where they had him pre-pitch. I don't know if it was his line to the ball. I don't know, but I was like, I feel like this should have been it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I did not like it. Super frustrating. But what a beast though. Honestly, I love when we see new guys. And when I say new, I don't mean like young rookies or anything. I mean new guys like a Miles Mikolas that are coming in and saying this is my game. Don't care about pitch count. I want this, right? We're used to saying that about the typical guys. The Max Scherzers, the Mad Bums, the guys are just those veterans where you don't touch. You just let them do their thing. I like when you watch certain guys transition into that role. And if Miles Mikolas can continue to do this and continue to get better over the next few years, I think you're going to see this new age of starting pitching, I'm the guy mentalities become a little bit more popular. That's why I like it. It's coming, dude. I feel like it is coming. I really do. I feel like it's coming back. I know that the whole 100 pitches, we got to yank them kind of thing. But I think what it's doing is it's making these pitchers better and getting back to what we used to watch. Right? I feel like there was an age of maybe 10 or 15 years or so where we didn't care how it went. We just had to go 7 innings, right? We didn't care about the pitches of how to get there. Now, new baseball is saying, all right, well, let's try to get you to 6 or 7, but you got to do it in this amount of pitches. And we're watching guys start to pitch now. Guys that were potentially throwers before are now pitching. And it's getting back to those good old Greg Maddux days. And that's what I'm hoping for. And then eventually pitch count is going to become just like another, whatever. It's okay. He went 95 or he went 115. Whatever. It's fine. But I want to see these guys get back to pitching. And Miles Mikolas was absolutely pitching. He was not throwing. And I like that. That's good. Keep going.
Yeah, and they were kind of going along those lines. They asked him afterwards about the pitch count, and he said, I'm in the best shape of my life, so that's no problem for me, in reference to the 129 pitches. He said,
he's the best, dude.
He said that's what starters train all year for.
Oh, I love that.
Going the distance is always the goal.
Let's go, man. If you haven't listened to the Miles Mikolas episode,
that's
wind back the clocks and go back to that bad boy.
I was just looking that up, so I had to go back to give you a little perspective of.
It's been a hot minute.
It was over 2 years ago. We interviewed him April 5th, 2020.
That was in the midst of COVID. That was right in the thick of it.
That was right there in the heart of it, in that early stage. Wow, we're old.
We are old. Would we turn right now to 89?
Yeah, 289. I'm just reading the description here. We talk with Cardinals hurler about how he's staying busy, the Soto crotch grab, which a lot of people forget. He was the guy on the other end of that.
Mm-hmm.
When that crotch grab thing went crazy, he was on the other end of that. A lot of people forget about that, and he gave it back to him, and we talked to him about that.
Yeah,
he gave him a little attitude back. I was all for it.
And Mikolas does not back down, dude. He doesn't care. He'll say whatever he wants to say. He'll do whatever he wants to do.
He had some fascinating ideas. In the description here, I wrote, we talked to him about how he's staying busy, Soto crotch grab, incorporating 500 into baseball games. Do you remember us talking to him about that?
Yeah.
How he talked about adjusting the DH's role. I think that was one of the first times we heard a very reasonable adjustment to how the DH would play out in baseball. Do you remember that? He was saying that he was one of the first people that was talking about, like, after a certain number of at bats, you get pulled. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Or are you just totally, because you're giving me a totally blank stare right now?
I'm trying to remember.
Where it was like you can have a DH, but then if he gets pulled or something.
Oh, like if your starter doesn't go more than a certain amount of innings, then you lose that DH, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
That's kind of cool. That's unique. That would have been fun.
He also talked about how much he loves Waffle Houses. So, yeah, go back in time if you need something to pass the time on this long weekend if you have one. But yeah, good for friend of the pod, Miles Mikolas. 1 strike away. It was a Cal Mitchell double that broke it up, but finished the night with 8 2/3 under his belt, 6 Ks, 1 hit, and 1 walk, and as we mentioned, 129 pitches on the night. And then the very next night, I had to stay up again. Couldn't go to bed because I saw that little red alert pop up. So I had to wait to see. Now, I'm not getting burned by that again. I'm just
never again.
Never again.
No more sleeping.
I've been hit by that too many times. So where's the graphic? Why didn't you want to say anything about the no hitter? It's like, no. You know what? I'll stay up till 4 if I have to. Nobody will see it when I post it, but I'll get it out there in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, Tyler Anderson versus the Angels. Goes 8 1/3, gives up a Shohei Ohtani triple. Finishes the night 2 outs shy of a no-hitter. Yeah. Props to Mookie, by the way, for that.
That's what I was going to say. The only reason it's a triple is because Mookie had to lay out for that. If you don't look good.
And he wasn't even anywhere close, so good.
No,
good for Mookie for recognizing the importance of the moment.
It's like 6 feet away, but I appreciated that attempt. Yeah. Tyler Anderson, like, that's a good story. It's a good story. And I like seeing guys like that. You know, those veterans that just get a second chance somewhere. And, I mean, why not, right? Why not? But this is what I think this is kind of what I was leaning towards when I was talking about the Dodgers in general, how they just don't seem quite the same this year. You know? It's nothing against Tyler Anderson, but, you know, that's not who you had in mind when you talk about a dominant Dodgers rotation. So it's good that they found this diamond in the rough, and it's good that he's gotten another chance. And he's been doing well.
I mean, they signed him as a depth piece.
Yeah.
But it turns out that they've needed him with the injuries that have happened.
Yeah. He's doing good. He's had a great year. 2.82 ERA, 0.94 whip. He's doing his thing. A weird little hesitation leg kick thing that he does. Where's he been? He's been around a little bit. He started with the Rockies.
He was at Pittsburgh there for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is there anyone else in between? Giants?
I think he went straight from Pittsburgh to LA, right?
No, Mariners were also in last year's equation.
Oh, that's right. The tail end of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Also, another thing to make note of from that outing, props to Dave Roberts for letting him go out there. I mean, hey, I say it all the time. You got to give credit where credit's due. He was at 123 pitches. That's a career high for Mr. Anderson. But Dave Roberts said, you know what? And he acknowledged it after the game. They were asking him about it because obviously he has a history with this with Kershaw and Rich Hill.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, Kershaw, which I think we even acknowledge too, to a degree. Like Kershaw's got a little bit of a different story there, a little bit of a different history coming into that game. So like you can understand that side of it, but I think a lot of people were in the camp of like it's also a perfect game. Like
my blame was not with Dave Roberts in that game.
Yeah. But he looked at this situation, said, you know, you've got a guy that's got relatively clean bill. Like, I see no reason as to why I wouldn't let him go out there and go for it. And he did and finished just short, but tip of the cap to old Davey there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it's just paying attention, having a finger on the pulse. That's good. Good for Tyler Anderson. I like it.
Do you like... You have no idea where I'm going with this. I could go... I could go one of many ways with this.
You could.
Do you like... Do you have a guess as to what I'm about to ask you?
Do you like Cheez-Its?
That wasn't where I was going, but that's a fantastic question. Do you have a particular favorite type?
Yeah, I like that the white cheddar ones for sure.
White cheddar, okay, but have you had the jalapeno ones?
There's another white one. It's not white cheddar. Is it like a pepper jack one? Is that the one?
That's not the one. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the jalapeno. It's the hot and spicy Cheez-Its. Have you had those?
Ooh,
game changer.
I think if we mix those in, solid. I did snag one of those giant containers from Costco of that pub mix. You've seen the pub mix?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, snagged one of those puppies. Paige was like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's $6. I'm getting this.
It's pub mix, Paige.
What do you sit here and crush these?
You think I'm going to walk away and not bring this home?
Amazing find. We never even talked about. Did we talk about Costco?
We've brought up Costco on multiple occasions.
What have I been doing? Why didn't
you're saying since you went? No, we haven't talked about it. How was it?
Delightful. It's delightful.
It's a game changer. Their cafe, their Costco cafe thing.
Incredibly intimidated by the gas station line. Did not try to, tough that one out. But look, let's be real. We grabbed a large pizza because we were like, Paige was like, I'll have a slice now, and then we can have it for dinner.
Well,
Perfect.
They only have one size, but yes, carry on.
All right. So we got the pizza.
Rookie.
$10.
You're learning. Yeah.
Absurd. Huge pizza.
And it's 16 pieces.
Huge.
Which is insane.
Bro, why aren't more people talking about their chicken bake? Their chicken bake is a game changer. An absolute game for like $3. And it's like the length of a Subway 12-inch sub, just filled with creamy, cheesy chicken stuff going on in there. And then you have my mouth is watering. Unreal. I might go back there just for the chicken bake.
I go there just for food all the time. Like, we go there just to pick up a pizza. Like, we don't.
What was the hot dog and soda deal for $1.50?
50? Yes, dude. That is the most. People talk about the pizza. The pizza's that's no secret. But the best kept secret on that menu, the hot dog and drink for $1.50.
What?
And it's like a foot-long hot dog.
And you get refills. I might just go hang out there today.
I might go hang out there with
you.
I might FaceTime you. We might just have a little.
I'm gonna take
Costco
my shoes
call.
off. I'm gonna kick my feet up. I'm just gonna wave at people going by, sipping on my. My only issue is it's Pepsi products.
Yeah,
that's my only holdup. It's my only holdup.
I go Mountain Dew there because I don't really think of Mountain Dew as a Pepsi product. I'm just like, this is in a league of its own, so I don't feel bad about it.
Solid call. I went with the Sierra Mist.
It's okay. It's not Sprite, but it's
yeah. I'll die before I get a Pepsi, though.
Good for you. Pepsi's garbage. Is Pepsi okay? No, I'll have water. Thank you.
I will eat this dry hot dog on my own. Right? I will generate my own mouthwash before I use this Pepsi. No, thank you.
Trash, man. Absolute trash. You know what's not trash? The Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are winning ball games.
Yeah.
The best team in baseball right now. Their fans were right. They were right.
Yeah, I mean, we're going down that path again, and I know we pull at this thread all the time of the opponents.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room.
And you can't, and I get it, because you can't. What do you want them to do? Lose against these bad teams? You know what I mean?
You're gonna lose there. You can't win.
Right. So I think that it's just you have to choose what you flex about. You can only flex so hard. I get it. 14 games is a great streak. I mean, it's impressive for sure. But you can only flex so hard when half those games are between who? The Pirates,
they
the
had
Nationals.
Four straight sweeps against the Rockies, A's, Pirates, and Nationals. The only team they're missing there is the Tigers. Once they get the Tigers, they've run the
That's what I'm saying.
Gauntlet.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they got the Cubs next. The Cubs are better than those other teams, but they're still not good.
I don't know, dude. The Cubs are playing like trash right now. We'll get into that in a minute, but I don't know if we can say they're better.
I think if you're the Braves, you got to hold your tongue right now. If you're a Braves fan, you got to just relax. Don't get ready to throw down with anybody yet. Okay? Because you're about to run into some difficult tests the back half of this month. 4-game set with the Giants after the Cubs. And then you got a 3-game set with the Dodgers. And then a three-game set with the Phillies. So I think just relax a little bit. 14 games consecutive, win streak is great. Like, that's solid. It's a really good accomplishment. It gets you back in the conversation. I mean, they're sitting 10 games over 500 now, which is great. But relax, because look who you've played and look what it cost you in this win streak. You just lost an all-star second baseman.
I mean, it's not like they offered up Ozzie as sacrifice. It was just a result of them playing baseball games.
Yeah, I know. I get it. That's all I'm saying. But if you were to ask the Braves fans, what would you rather have? A 5-game win streak with a loss mixed in there, and you still have Ozzie, or you got 14, straight and no Ozzie. So if you're heading into those types of teams for the back half of this month without Ozzie Albies, let's just relax a little bit.
All right, let me ask you this. Pull the schedule back up for me. If they were to achieve the 20-game win streak that I predicted at the start of the season, I said one team was going to make it to 20. Who do they have to beat? A 3-game sweep of the Cubs.
Cubs would get them to 17, and then they'd have to win the first three of the 4-game set with the Giants.
Giants, okay.
And that is in Atlanta, by the way.
The 4-game set?
Yeah, the 4-game set with the Giants is in Atlanta. They're also in Atlanta against the 3-game set for the Dodgers. Then they head down to Philly to end the month for a 3-game set. I mean, look, it's like I think these certain teams, these good teams, I think if you can be a fan that just doesn't get too high or too low, you know what you're doing. You're an educated fan, right? Any Braves fans that are like yelling and screaming about this streak it's like, relax. You know what I'm saying? But those fans are like, hey, this is good. Cease is back in the hunt. We're chilling. I like it. Still got a long way to go. So you got a lot more to do, right? They're coming off a World Series, win. They got the rings. They don't care about a 14-game win streak. If you're a Braves fan, you'd be like, this is great, but like, I don't care. This is awesome. Keep it going. I'm not impressed yet until I got another ring. That should be the mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you'd be viewing it a little differently as a fan if this put you in some territory where you're light years ahead of the second team in the division.
Right.
But you've done all this, and I know that's the jab right now against the Braves. It's like, well, you've done all this and you're still in second place.
Right.
That's the reality of it. You have to look at this and go, all of this just to put us back in the mix.
Yeah.
And I feel like going back to that healthy mindset or outlook on the situation right now, that's how you have to look at it. You got to be like, well, this has been great. It's been fun, but we're still in second place. So at the most,
yeah,
we can just be happy that we're back into the mix. You can't really take it much further beyond that because you played like crap prior to this. So I don't know. But I do have some notes from this stretch. This 14-game streak for the Braves is the longest win streak by a defending champion in the expansion era. The Braves are 8-0 on the road during this streak after winning just 9 road games combined in April and May. Atlanta has 35 home runs during this 14-game win streak, which in that span leads the majors. The Yankees are the only other team to eclipse 30 home runs this month. Their pitching leads the majors in strikeouts with 146 during the streak. Austin Riley now has 10 home runs and 20 RBIs in his last 20 games. He's at 18 home runs and 39 for the year. So
this is my MVP pick.
Big country getting it done.
Waking back up.
They're 1 game away from tying the longest win streak in franchise history, which, for those keeping track at home, was the 2000 Braves.
Solid. I mean, it's good. Like, I'm with it for sure. It's just, I mean, it's like you gotta, yes, be excited about it, but look what the competition level is. It started with the Marlins, and it went through the Diamondbacks, and then these other teams that we've already talked about. So it's like, it's good. You're supposed to beat those teams. You're supposed to win those series. I just, if I was a Braves fan, I'd just be like, cool. Like, we got more to do. We got a lot more to do. And that's what this Mets start has allowed these Mets to do. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're not healthy. But that's what that start allows them to do. It gives them a lot of breathing room. They still have 4.5 game lead in the division. So they got time. And as a Braves fan, you just got to say, okay, great. I don't care about the streak. We just need to keep chipping away. But if this thing gets to 20 games, I don't need Braves fans standing up on the top of the world flexing.
I don't know, dude. 20 games is pretty flexworthy.
It's solid. It's great.
Pretty flexworthy.
But just don't get premature on this. Got a long way to go. And if you're still in second place after a 20-game win streak,
take a seat. Did you say seat? It's the answer to all your ticket needs. Are you looking for tickets? You have plans of friends or family to make it to an upcoming game or concert? Or are you even looking months ahead to nail down a day to get tickets before they sell out? With SeatGeek, you can find tickets to games, concert shows, and even theater performances with just a few easy clicks. Or making it even better for you if you're a first-time user. SeatGeek. Next time you add some tickets to your cart, use our promo code the number 3, the number 0, take pod. That's our social handle at checkout to save $20 instantly off your first purchase as a first-time user. It's all you got to do to save some of that
cash. It's kind of cold. It's kind of hard. But it's
and
cash.
And a promo code, the number 3, the number 0, take pod at checkout. SeatGeek.
SeatGeek.
And then, you know what you can do with that $20 that you save? You can turn right around.
I like how you stall for me.
Get some,
Let me stretch this. Stretch it out a little bit.
Some big league chew. Which, by the way, no free ads, but I think they're running a deal at Walgreens right now, a little 2-for-2 action. Just throwing that out there.
Interesting.
Head on down to your local Walgreens, snag some BLC, post it to the story, tag us, tag BLC. It's a day maker right there.
There you go. Founded by former left-handed pitcher Rob Nelson, Big League Chew started from humble beginnings in the Portland Mavericks bullpen in 1977. For more than 40 years, the iconic pouches packed with shredded, flavorful bubblegum has become the number one shredded gum of athletes everywhere. Big League Chew has sold more than 900 million pouches and is designated as the Hall of Fame bubblegum. Grab some gum and head to Big League Chew's social media channels, at Big League Chew on Twitter, at Big League Chew Gum on Instagram to show off your Big League bubbos. You can also find a list of retailers that purchase any of their products directly from their website at bigleaguechew.com. Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. Speaking of gum, what's going on in Wrigley right now? Just a clown show, man.
I mean, did we expect anything different? I didn't know people thought highly of the Cubs.
No, but I mean, you're a major league ball club. You can't be this bad. I mean, this is atrocious. Over the last 10 games, which they've lost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're 0-10 in their last 10. I don't know if there's another way to say that. They've gone winless in their last 10 games.
Dude, this division.
Nate, let me share some numbers here with you. The Cubs rotation ERA over the last 10 games, give me a guess.
The rotation ERA?
Rotation ERA.
5.6.
6.39.
Ooh, no.
Give me a guess at their bullpen ERA over the last 10 games.
7.2.
10.43.
Oh, no.
10.43. They should all be fired. I'm sorry.
Does David Ross get fired?
DFA the entire organization. I got some more numbers here for you. Their run differential over the last 10 games, -60. They've been outscored 90 to 30.
Hang on. Just the last 10 games?
Correct.
Because overall in the season, their differential is -68. So you're telling me
yes,
this 10 games has ruined them.
Yes, their last 10 games in -60, they've been outscored 90 to 30.
Dude. This division, man.
With 100 ABs and with runners in scoring position over the stretch, how many hits do you think they've had?
10.
12. They went 0 for 48 at one point during that stretch.
Dude.
With runners in scoring position.
Who gets fired?
In this, I'm not done. This last 10-game stretch, they've had 7 blown leads, including all 4 in their sweep to the Padres.
Yeah, it's not good.
And they've had 3 losses in which they've surrendered at least 12 runs. In those 3 losses, they gave up 18, 12, and 19.
That is depressing. Is it just me, or is baseball better when the Cubs are doing well? I feel like it's just one of those teams that you're like, you want them to be competitive always.
Yeah.
This is bad.
This is horrendous.
Fire sale coming for sure. You want to get a prediction on Wilson Contreras, where he goes? You want to toss this out real quick? Because you know he's gone.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't know until I heard a prediction the other day, and I think I like it. I think that's what I'm going to steal. The Astros.
I think I ran that by you because that was
somebody's take. Somebody had a take on that.
Will Middlebrooks threw that out there.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to steal that. I think I'm going to go with that. So Maldonado's not doing his thing. Be a good fit. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I like it.
He is older, though. I didn't realize that Wilson Contreras was I think he's 32, 33. I didn't know that.
Is he actually?
Yeah. He's a little bit older.
30.
30. Who was I thinking of?
Somebody not named Wilson Contreras. Yeah, the Cubs have been just horrendous. Let's look at the teams that are playing better than the Cubs, shall we? The Reds have the same record as the Cubs. And again, you know what phrase is coming. What phrase is coming right now here, Nate?
What are we doing?
What term? What term is coming right now?
You gotta be kidding me.
All good guesses. The law of averages. Everyone wants to say, us included, the Reds, which historically bad start. Historically bad. But you give it some time, everybody stops freaking out. They take a second just to stop freaking out for just a moment. And look, let's not pretend like the Reds are doing anything special here, but they've caught up to the Cubs, which after this last 10 games isn't saying much. But it's like, you would have thought after the start the Reds had, they may finish with 10 wins. And yet here we are talking about the Cubs in the same exact boat as the Reds. The Pirates have 2 more wins than the Cubs. The Rockies. The Diamondbacks have 7 more wins than the Cubs. The Nationals have as many wins as you do. The Marlins have 5 more wins than you do. The poor little Oakland A's are just a game behind. Like, figure it out.
I believe the Cubs, I'm trying to just run through the standings. I believe the Cubs have played the second most home games of any team in baseball. And they're 11-24. We can't blame this on it's cold at Wrigley. It's June.
It's all I hear about is the home field advantage at Wrigley. Like, oh, what a great place to play. The fans are the best. Well, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing at home.
No, all we see is just those beer cup snakes. Beer cup snakes. And I sent you that. You saw the Padres post yesterday.
Yeah. Fly the L. I mean, come on, man. I don't know if that was called for.
Chill, bro.
Yeah,
chill.
You can't be kicking them while they're this down.
Yikes.
That's uncalled for.
Someone's getting earholed the next time they play. For sure.
Not because of the social media manager.
100%.
It
has to.
No.
Has to happen. It's the only way to respond.
I mean,
if you're gonna on social media.
If you're gonna do that, you at least whoever's on the bump has to take their phone out so they at least have a point of reference. Be like, "Yo, what was that about?" And then he pulls out his phone, points to the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's the least you can do.
Mm-hmm. Or starting pitcher's warming up in between innings, and he just launches one up to the media box. Tries to find the right guy. Do you remember that kid in Little League? Who's that kid that he used to throw knuckleballs? You remember? And then he completely overthrew the backstop.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't remember that?
That we played with?
Yeah. There was a kid that he would warm up, but every time he did, he would launch one over the backstop. He was an older kid. I think he went to Westfield too. Was it Scoville? What was his first name? Aaron Scoville?
Aaron
Is that
Scoville,
right?
yeah, but I don't think that was
that him? No?
I don't know.
Somebody else.
Possibly. I don't remember.
They were a year or two older than us, but yeah.
But that might be the move.
Yeah.
Either take somebody out in the media box or take your phone out to the mound. That's the only thing you can do. But yeah, all that to say, Cubs have been terrible. Do something.
Fire sale.
Do something that's not this, because this isn't it.
Why? What? Who in Keiya Suzuki's camp was just like, yeah, let's sign here. Seiya Suzuki. Why would, what? Who said yes to that? Who was like, hey, they're in good shape. You should sign there.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember when that deal went down, I wasn't thrilled about it. I was like, this is kind of boring.
Super boring.
Just didn't do anything for me. And I don't know how you look at that team and think, we can make something happen here.
Like that, no. I had that kind of reaction with Ohtani to the Angels, but at least it's California.
Yeah.
Like that, I kind of understand. Like, hey, if you're gonna go to the States for the first time, I get that. Go to LA or Anaheim, but Seiya, bro, this is not the move.
Not the move.
And what are they gonna do? Because they're gonna fire Sale. And I mean, how long is it going to take to build up again around this kid? Dude knows how to hit. He's good. He's definitely good. But it's like, what have you done? What are you going to do? And then what does it say to your fan base if you immediately trade him? Which hopefully they do. That'd be cool. I don't know. I think hitting coach is probably the first to go. I think they're going to hold on to David Ross.
I have seen some calls for him for his departure.
Yeah.
Not many, but some.
I think this could be like I feel like a mid-season firing is just a bigger slap in the face.
Especially to a guy like that for that organization.
Yeah.
Like
he's got you a ring. These homies with all the OGs. Let him finish out the year.
Let him finish it out.
What's tough is that I don't see him getting another manager job anytime soon. I think he's going to be one of those bench coach, third base coach positions for a while.
Yeah. Sort of like
coach.
Like a Brad Ausmus kind of fit.
Yeah.
Because he's with Oakland, no?
I don't even know he's still coaching, but
yeah. I think I just saw him on the TV yesterday.
Yeah.
Brad
but
Ausmus.
kind of like what Luis Rojas is doing for the Yankees, you know? Like he needs some time to let that Mets stink wear off of him.
Sure.
So
yeah,
go coach third base for another team and
yeah, Ausmus is with the A's, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe down the road, but once this
not back to back, he's not
up,
immediately getting a job.
No. Speaking of back to back, the Yankees have won. I don't know why I almost called them the Nates. I guess that makes sense.
I like that.
The Nates have won 7 straight. How you feeling?
Same thing I kind of said about the Braves. I'm excited. It's good. This is probably the best baseball I've watched them play. Since I was a kid, honestly. And I said it before, it's the way they're winning. Like, Luis Severino got scratched last minute because of COVID. Clark Schmidt goes. Some Weber kid, never heard of him.
Weber, did you just say?
Weber, I don't know.
Surely it can't be Weber.
I don't know. No. I don't remember. He was forgettable. But he was great. And
was
then
he
finished it up
forgettable
with
or
Michael
was he great?
King. I mean, he was solid. It's just like we're never going to see him again. not this year. But that's what I'm saying is that every scenario I've seen, this team has found a way to win or at least give them a chance to win. Every single scenario. Your ace is terrible through multiple starts. Offense picks him up. I've seen them play bad defense in Minnesota when they had 4 or 5 errors in a game, still win. I've seen them steal bases. I've seen them not hit many home runs in a game. I've seen them shoot gaps, take extra 90. I've seen great catching. It's just a rotating thing where constantly someone else is constantly picking someone else up. Or they're just dominating and bludgeoning teams because they're all on the same page at once. And meanwhile, the AL MVP is roaming around center field playing above average defense at 6'7". I've never seen a Yankees team like this. I really haven't. And it's guys that are just they're all in the right mentality. They're all on the right page. They've got a good mix of veterans that know what they're doing. And
well, speaking of the mentality, just came out yesterday, I believe, that Aaron Judge has declined, whether officially or unofficially, the invitation to the Home Run Derby. Which I can't.
I think if you win, you always get an invitation back, right? I think that's the rule.
Every year after that?
I think so. I think you always have an invitation, an outstanding invitation.
Oh, interesting.
I think. Could be wrong. The dude just hyper-focused. He's locked in. What's the point? That's what he said. He's already won it. Dude he needs a ring. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about anything else. He wants his bag and he wants a ring. And that's what's cool. Like we've heard a lot of players throughout the years and a lot of teams say this is the goal, this is what we're going for. And then you watch certain teams that are just completely locked in. And I told you that stat yesterday. If they play 500 baseball the rest of the season, they would end up at 96 wins. Then they won yesterday, so now they're down to 99 games left. But that's wild. And it's dudes stepping up that like, what? Clay Holmes, I don't know. Have you ever like actually watched a full inning of him saving a game? It is like, if you're a lefty, you have this ball starting behind your knees and it's coming back at 100 back into the zone. It's insane. He's absurd. It's crazy. Like, I've never thought I'd get to that point where I'm like, I hope Chapman just never steps back into the ninth inning again. That's kind of the way I feel. We don't need him anymore. He's not that guy anymore.
You get a few solid back end options there.
It's crazy, dude. And they're gonna. I could see them making a couple small moves at the deadline, and it is going to come down to health. For the most part, they've stayed relatively healthy. But what this start has provided is plenty of time to let guys settle in and hopefully have a productive year from here on out. If you're a Gallo, if you're a Hicks, you could just say, okay, first half is done. First third is done. Let's just focus on the rest of the season. And you've bought them time, and you've allowed yourself to be patient to let them figure things out. But this is what they're doing with Gallo. Looks lost. Aaron Hicks looks lost. IKF has arguably been underwhelming. He's been okay, but he's been underwhelming. Josh Donaldson has not been doing Josh Donaldson things. So when you break down like player by player, you're like, not that great outside of Judge. Really not that special. Even Rizzo, who just hit a walk-off last night, has been brutal for the last few weeks. How are they still winning? They're always winning. It's just, they have everyone picking each other up at all times. And if they lose, you can tell that it's just like, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're still going to roll. And this pitching is crazy. The pitching is absurd. I've never seen it. Never seen it like this. And guys that just, you'd never expect it. You would never expect it. And it's allowing them to be their self a little bit. I think that's what's cool. And apparently I've been reading stuff that they're all the pitchers are trying to learn a cutter. Everyone's working on a cutter, and it's been working. You look at every guy in the rotation, they're able to throw a cutter. And it's good. And you got Nestor sitting in the dugout in between starts teaching dudes, showing them his grip. Like they're having
Nestor.
fun. They're dirty. And I don't know. We put out that little reel that I made, and everybody in the comment section was like, "Here comes a sweep by the Rays."
Oof.
Whoops.
Oh,
Whoops.
Here comes Nate. Here comes Nate out of his shell.
That's
I
all
can
I'm saying.
sense it. Getting a little cocky. Nate's getting a little cocky.
I'm
now he's
not.
going to play it off. I'm not. No,
No,
God,
I'm not. I'm just
happy
letting
with
you
the way
know,
they're
like,
playing ball right now.
I'm telling you, people don't understand that, like, there's ways of winning baseball games, and you can see how they win. When they win with conviction over and over and over in different ways, every different type of scenario, every different level of competition, it hits different. So at this point, I'm just like, stay healthy and let's throw on cruise control. And then you got guys like last night that they just pieced together 9 innings of one-run baseball. solid. It's fun to watch.
Nate's feeling himself a little bit.
Nothing yet. I got nothing to show for it. We got nothing to show for it yet. There's nothing to say. Like, they can do whatever they want. The Mariners won 116 games and didn't win a ring, and no one cares about that season. Great, cool. You won the most games in the regular season. Nobody cares. This doesn't matter unless it ends with a ring. It has to end with a ring. Otherwise, it feels the same.
Fair enough. All right, closing the book before we get into
the 3-0.
Closing the book, Manny Machado notched his 1,500th career hit. I think I saw somewhere that he would be next in line. Did I read? Is that
for
right?
Active hits?
Yeah. Or like he'd be the next potential. Individual for that.
You think he gets there?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I read.
You kind of forget that he's only 29.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude's been in the league for a minute. Been playing since 19. Good for him. Good for him. Super exciting. He's having a great year. And I think it's, maybe him and Goldschmidt at that MVP race.
Don't sleep on my guy Bryce. Like I said, this is what happened last year. Second half just took off. Moving down the line.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they have similar numbers, I'm edging out for Machado. Playing Gold Glove defense just gives me that little tick above.
No, I'm with you.
That's only if the numbers are the same.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
But, shout out to the Padres. He's led the Padres to the first place, outright first place in the division.
Yeah, how about that?
For the first time in over a year.
Was it really? First time over a year?
Since last May.
The first place San Diego Padres. Good for you guys. Haven't done anything yet, but the fact that you're there.
Yeah.
I think part of that also speaks to how bad the Dodgers have been recently. But hey, not to take anything away from the Padres. Padres have been playing great ball this year. Good for you guys. 8-2 in your last 10. You've won 4 straight. Run differential of plus 74. Good for you guys. You're 24-11 on the road. Good for you guys. And now you're starting a series with the. Are they starting, or is this? Did they start it last night? Is this a 4-gamer against the Rockies? Who did they play? What series did they just wrap up? It was the Cubs. Yeah, it was the Cubs.
Fly the L.
Yeah, so head out to Denver.
Yeah, catching a 3-game set with the Rockies, and they're back home for the Diamondbacks. 4-game set with the Phillies.
Go out to Denver, flex your muscles a little bit, put up some runs.
Playing good ball.
Keep playing good ball. Moving down the line here, for the sake of time, Adley Rutschman knocked his first career home run in Toronto on the road off Jose Barrios. That's always a big thing for me. It's like kind of, it's not a pet peeve because it's not really something you can control. You just have to put together a good at bat for your first career home run.
Mm-hmm.
But I always love when I see guys get those kinds of achievements against like noteworthy guys, not just some like Joe Blow who's up for a cup of coffee from AA. Like Jose Barrios, when I go back and watch that, if I'm Adley, I'm like 20 years down the road, like that guy was a solid arm. Like
true.
I feel good about that.
Very true. That's like when I obviously am watching a lot of Yankees games, but Cameron Maybin talks about getting his first hit and home run against Roger Clemens. Like that's something you hold on to forever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Forever. 2 immaculate innings were thrown in Houston in the same game. Luis Garcia and Phil Maton, first in recorded history to throw immaculate innings in the same game.
Do we overhype the immaculate inning?
Yeah, we've already talked about this. This ranks like near the bottom of things that are just not all that impressive.
I would rather have a 3-pitch inning. That
absolutely. Yeah.
is going to sound fantastic.
For sure.
No one's ever going to do that, but a 5-pitch inning? Okay, I'll take that.
Did I see correctly that it was the same 3 guys that were struck out?
Yes.
That's
the Rangers.
That's sad. Come on, guys. Be
Yeah.
Be better than that. Be better than that.
Oh, man.
You're better than that. We're all better than this. And lastly here, Steven Strasburg back on the IL, and they fear it's the same issue that he just came off of the IL from. It's like the thoracic, I don't even remember what it's called, thoracic outlet something, I don't know.
Syndrome?
But, yeah, something like that. But yikes. The contract is not looking good right now.
Yeah, I mean, when do you call it? You know? When you just retire and say, you know what, I got a ring. I got to be the first overall draft pick. I got to be a phenom. Like, I got to be that guy.
That's just such a sad ending, man.
It
There
sucks.
was so much hype around that
Yeah.
guy. And then he comes up, his debut, what was it, like 14 Ks against the Pirates or something like that? I was watching that game. I was like, all right, this guy is gonna do the thing for these guys.
It's a real good career. It's just like, it's at what point do you just, are you ever gonna be able to get back to something that's productive? And even if you do, what are you coming back to for the Nationals?
I was confused because he had, I mean, granted it's rehab starts, but he had, I think it was 3 or 4 rehab starts, and he pitched fairly well. And I was like, all right, well that's promising. Like, they're running his pitch count up a little bit. He's getting up there, stretching it out, and then here we are. Not good.
Sucks.
It sucks. That's all I got for closing the book. Unless you got anything else, figure we could run real quick through this 3-0 fake and number 6, Birds Aren't Real.
Nailed that one.
One of these days, we're just going to have to get somebody to professionally do that sound so that we can just transition into it. So here's the thing.
Are birds real?
So here's the thing. It's a satirical conspiracy theory. And it says that birds are actually drones operated by the U.S. government to spy on American citizens. In 2018, journalist Rachel Roberts described Birds Aren't Real as a, quote, joke that thousands of people are in on.
I did see something that was like, have you ever seen like an old battery in a car where it's like started to leak a little bit? You see like battery acid on the top.
Yeah.
They say that like it looks just like bird poop. You're like, oh, those birds must have batteries in them because
okay,
they're just letting out battery acid.
It's like that sheen to it. What are we doing?
This is Gen Z's conspiracy, I guess. We blame them. Are we Gen Z? What generation are we?
Millennials.
We are. I don't consider myself a millennial.
Which are quickly becoming the freaking boomers apparently now. Like, I don't know why millennials are getting all the hate. Millennials get serious hate. I don't know why. Like, what did we do to deserve this? I feel like boomers, that's self-inflicted. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You deserve the hate that's coming your way. But, I mean, millennials, we're just kind of like, we're a product.
We're those tweeners, dude. We got people that are like put together, and then we've got people that are just an absolute mess. We got a lot in between.
Are birds actually government-issued drones? This theory was created by a 20-year-old college student.
Birds aren't real on Wikipedia. This will be good.
All right, so basically what I'm reading with this birds aren't real thing is that it points to a bigger issue here. And without reading too much into it, I'm going to go ahead and guess that the bigger issue here is that there is a a big brother factor at play here.
Probably.
How much do we believe in that? Because I think that there's an element to that that's actually true.
First off, I think we should ask this question just to establish where we are. Do you like birds?
Yes. There's some exceptions, but for the most part, yes.
I think I dislike about 90% of birds.
No, I mean, I like birds.
Just in the way most of the time. It's just like, what do you...
I mean, if it wasn't...
Why are you here?
If it wasn't an issue... If it wasn't an issue with our apartment complex, I would have gotten a couple bird feeders and put them out on our balcony. I'm okay with that.
90% of birds suck. We have this weird pigeon problem going around in our complex, and they hang off the edge of the roof, and they just dump right at the entrance of my garage. So I just have piles of crap at all times right in front of the garage. That's one. Two, there's a little pond outside. So all these geese are the worst, by the way. The worst bird.
Geese
the worst bird.
Terrible.
The dumbest, meanest. They hiss. What is that about?
They're mean. They're real mean.
If you're a golfer, you typically see a lot of geese because there's always typically water on a golf course. Dude, if your ball goes over there, they don't care. Then you go and hit, and then they start running you down, sticking their tongue out at you, chasing you around. And you're like, dude, I will end you with this 7-iron right now. I'll end you. Geese suck. But anyway, there's always geese right here crossing the street, always backing up traffic. Stupid. What are you doing? Stop walking. Dumb. However,
there's an image here on their Instagram account. It's a picture of a guy holding a sign that says pigeons are liars.
I think pigeons are the ones that I could see being.
I think that's
just pigeons.
The assumption. It's the pigeons are the one behind this.
You know why? Because you've never seen a baby pigeon. Think about it. You've never seen one.
When have we seen baby birds? They can't fly yet.
You see baby birds. You see baby little ducklings and stuff walking around behind mama bears. No baby pigeons.
Hopefully not.
No, not even little pigeons. They're all big and fat and stupid. All of them. And they just bob their head all the time.
I mean, I'm looking at pictures of baby pigeons right now. But these could be fabricated.
I think they are. I think the pigeons are the ones that are government
those
spies.
are some ugly looking birds.
Dude, pigeons are the worst, dude. Pigeons and geese just can go away forever. Ugh, the baby pigeon is the ugliest baby thing I've ever seen.
There's an article here that says, where are all the baby pigeons? And then it says, rest assured, baby pigeons or squabs do exist. And there's a good reason you're not seeing them. Writes the pigeon.
Yeah, that pigeon wrote that for sure.
Unbelievable.
What a loser. However, I do I like hummingbirds a lot. Those little guys I'm a big fan of. Big fan of hummingbirds. Those guys are cute.
Big fans of those. Big fans of cardinals. Those are beautiful birds.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so not all birds.
Eagles obviously are dope. Obviously.
God bless.
Vultures are a little I don't think I'm a fan. I don't think I'm a fan of those. Those are like the coyotes of the sky. You're welcome. Go ahead and throw that on a quote graph.
I know seagulls get a lot of hate, but like they're kind of cool because like they're in on it. Like when you go to the beach, it's like, hey, I know I'm annoying, but it's just because I want some food. And if you give me some food, maybe I'll invite some friends.
That all started from one idiot. One idiot decided, hey, seagull, have part of my sandwich. And then now it's a global epidemic.
Nothing's worse than the grouches at the beach. Like, don't feed the pigeons. It's like if I want to feed the pigeon and I want them hanging out with me at the beach today.
Seagull. We don't like pigeons. We're not feeding pigeons.
The seagulls. Don't feed the seagulls. It's like, no, if I want seagulls hanging out with me today on my beach day, it's my beach day. They're with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're my people today. They're not bothering you. If I want to do that, so be it. Don't tell me to not feed the seagulls. That's my PSA for the day.
Guess they all flew west for the winter.
I got the reference.
Yeah.
I got the reference.
Whole slices. Whole slices, baby.
All right. So conspiracy that just turned into a conversation about the fact that we don't like the pigeons.
I think I'm going pigeons are the spies.
Pigeons are the spies.
Every other bird for the most part, geese are just dumb and annoying. Is there any other birds you don't like? I don't get the parrot thing. I don't know why people like parrots.
Parrots.
That thing's talking. They're talking back. They're literally talking. That's weird. Why is that not a bigger deal? If we had a dog that figured out how to do that, we'd be losing it. Parrots do it, and you're like, whatever. All good.
Yeah, if you had a talking dog, you'd be a little alarmed.
Although I do think those huskies are close. You see those husky videos?
Yeah, dude, that's weird.
I'm like, oh, these guys, a couple more generations, they're going to be having a conversation with us.
The evolution of the huskies.
Yeah, I'm out on birds overall.
Yes. All right, so for the 3-0 fake number 7, some of the options, we can look at chemtrails. That's a popular one. Ooh, we can talk about those.
What is that?
It's like the stuff that comes out of planes.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, that's like a. It's like a
plane poop.
It's like a mind control thing. I've seen, or like that it has some impact on like mental capacity and all that. It's pretty interesting. We could talk about some of these flights that have just disappeared.
Okay,
that's an option. We could talk about. I mean, we could do Tupac. We've got Freemasons.
What if we got into these like weird Mandela effect things? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, but is that a conspiracy?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
there's a lot of like weird stuff, dude.
That's just like a psychological thing, though. I don't think that's a conspiracy.
I don't know.
That's
like that whole like little dash between Coca and Cola.
Yeah, that's just like a psychological thing. It's not a conspiracy. Like it's a real thing. It's a psychology term, but it's not a conspiracy. But it is fascinating. It's very fascinating.
It is fascinating.
They have that like filter on Instagram that it'll like present two options for you, and you can like lean your head.
Yeah, choose which one. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say I don't do all that great on them.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Is it the Berenstain Bears? The Bernstein Bears? That one's trippy. We've been lied to our entire childhood. So what do we want to go with?
Wait, which one is right? Bernstein or Berenstain? Tell me it's Bear. It's not Bern.
So it's actually or no, it's not the front part of the word, it's the back part. Is it Berenstain or Berenstain?
Stain? That sounds weird. Bearstain?
It's the Berenstain Bears.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
that's a steen. Get me with the steen.
No, it's not Berenstain. It's Berenstain.
I'm not buying it.
It's Berenstain Bears. We've been lied to our whole childhood. Anyway, all right, we got to get out of here. What are we going with next week? Next Thursday?
I'm thinking maybe oceans. I think you pulled at that thread earlier.
It's
that
not a
sounds
conspiracy, though.
I think there's a lot going on down there that has to be a conspiracy.
Okay, well, we need to.
I watched this like 5-minute TikTok video the other day. Clearly bored. Watched this 5-minute TikTok video, right? And it was about all this, like, this guy went down in this little, like, thing, and he got to the sea floor, and it was the lowest point in the Atlantic Ocean. It was like 7 miles deep, right? And he's just like roaming around, and this is like a 5-minute long, it's a long TikTok. I'm watching all this stuff. It's like something from the Discovery Channel or whatever. And he's roaming around, he's got his little light on, and he's like showing the sea floor. And then randomly, at the very end, the narrator's like, oh, and there's some tracks going along the bottom of the floor. What are those? And then the video ends. And I'm like, what? Hold on. What? We're just going to go. You're the first person down there, but somehow there's tracks that are just like someone drove a Jeep down on the bottom of the ocean. And we're just going to breeze past that.
Okay. Until we can like shore up that whole quote unquote conspiracy, because I don't think it's a real conspiracy. There's some uncertainty around it, yes, but it's not a conspiracy. Until we do that, we're going to have to go with some other options, and I'm going to make the executive decision. We're going chemtrails next week. So the 3-0 fake number 7, we're talking chemtrails.
I'm looking at one right now.
Hold your breath. Close your eyes. That's all we got.
All right. Well, good stuff.
We'll see you guys Monday night.
Yeah.
Late Monday night. Early Tuesday.
Happy Father's Day out there to any fathers this weekend. Make sure you hit your dad up for Happy Father's Day. I feel like Father's Day in baseball, it's a thing. They go together. PB&J. So happy Father's Day to any dads out there or soon to be dads, and have a good weekend. Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love y'all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.